It's a lot of fun. So the second morning of Soulfire, our second student preacher took the pulpit, and this young man just absolutely is a blessing to my life and to Neo and to this church. This young man, he's one of a kind, and everyone will tell you that. His life, he's going to tell his story, but I'm going to tell a little bit about it. He came to our church about 2 years ago, and to the natural eye, and maybe to the super religious eye, 2 years ago, he would be called one of the bad ones by a lot of people. He would be called one of the bad ones. His life was in a lot of the wrong places. But don't ever underestimate what God can do if he gets a hold of someone's life. Because I have watched a transformation in this young life like almost like none other. His understanding of God's grace, someone who was dead in sin really understands what grace tastes like. His understanding of the profound love of God. His understanding of the word. He's got wisdom, he's got wit, and he's been mistaken for my younger brother, so I'm guessing he's got good looks. But he's a great young man. He's going to come up on stage right now. His name is Franco Cintron. Help me welcome him to the stage. See, just look. See, I told you.
Good morning, guys. How are you? I didn't hear anybody.
Good.
What's up? Okay, guys, so first of all, I want to give some honor to our founding pastors, our senior pastors, and to my youth pastors. Their vision, what they have going on, it's just incredible, and it's the only reason that a guy like me can be up here speaking to people like you. So, first of all, I want you to get a good look at me. I am wearing a pink shirt. Yes, that is right. Get a good look at me. Look at me hard. Now, close your eyes and throw away any predisposed opinion that you have on me. God used a bush, God used a donkey, and I know that he can use a guy like me. Yes. Come on. So, you guys look great. You guys look incredible. I just want to let you know that I am 16 years old, but I'm speaking to 16 to 60 to 1 to 100. I don't care if you guys know me, if we're family, if we're friends. God is going to have a word. God is speaking through me. It's not me anymore. So, just catch on to that. 2 years ago, I came to Blink the Door 2, and it was an incredible experience. Only this church can pull off something like that, an audacious move of God, so incredible, just reaching lives, and it got a hold of me. Family introduced me to Neo, and I was hooked. By my first year of Soulfire, I was speaking, and that's just 6 months after God took me from a life of sin, a life of smoking, a life of drinking. God took me and he allowed me to speak his word. And this year, I spoke on the struggle. Now, my struggle was calculus. But you guys, I understand that you guys are on a different level than me, and I'm going to try to level with you. But the greatest illustration of the struggle biblically... Reset. The greatest illustration of the struggle biblically is Israel. Israel is God's people, God's chosen. He delivered them from slavery, delivered them from poverty, but they still struggled. That's something that we have to understand. As much, as holy as we get, as spiritual as we get, as close to God's presence, to God's own heart, we're still going to struggle. That's not encouraging, but it's true, and you have to hear it. Israel struggled. In this place, in Ezekiel 36, 8 through 12, they were at a place where they were in complete shambles, complete ruins. The surrounding nations had totally obliterated the people. They had been making a mockery of them. They were totally a joke. And that sometimes our life becomes that. We had God's presence at one point, but now where are we? Where is God? We become a joke in other people's view of him. But he's still there. He's the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. So, Israel is in the hashtag struggle. And this is what God says. But you, mountains of Israel, will burst with new growth, putting out branches and bearing fruit for my people Israel. My people are coming home. Do you see? I'm back again. I'm on your side. You'll be plowed and planted as before. I'll see to it that your population grows all over Israel, that the towns fill up with people, that the ruins are rebuilt. I'll make this place teem with life, human and animal. The country will burst into life, and more life. Your towns and villages full of people, just as in the old days. I'll treat you better than I ever have. And you'll realize that I am God. I'll put people over you, my own people Israel. They'll take care of you, and you'll be their inheritance. Never again will you be a harsh and unforgiving land to them. We've got to... That's not me. I didn't write that. I'm feeble. I'm weird. I can't write that. That's God speaking directly at you. We've got to understand that amidst the struggle, it feels like God isn't there, but He is. But God isn't going to speak during our struggle. He spoke to them right after it happened. They were in the rubble. It was in the ruins where He said that I will give you life, life, and more life. It wasn't, He didn't prevent it. He wants to see what you're going to do, what way you're going to react to that struggle. Are you going to stop or are you going to keep on going? Because if you keep on going, He's going to give you life, life, and more life. And that's a promise.
Yes, come on.
All right. So, I'm sure some Israelite was like, man, this sucks. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm in struggle. Because in the same way, we feel that way. When we struggle, where is God? Where is God in our struggle? But we've got to understand that God's presence isn't gauged by how content we are, but rather how constant He is. He is the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. It doesn't matter how we feel, He is still there among us. Notice God didn't speak during the struggle, but among the ruins. Sometimes we think God is among us during the flourishing season, but we search for Him amidst the struggle. When we're happy, God is there, and we have the favor. But when something goes wrong, we don't have the favor, and we're looking for God. Like, where are you? Where have you gone? But He's saying, I'm here. I'm right here. Look for me. Respond to me. And once you do, life, life, and more life. You will have more people than you ever had before, and it's a flourishing season. Understand that. Grasp that. So, in closing, I don't want to keep you guys here too long. He came with a message of life, life, and more life. Not poverty, poverty, and more poverty. Not divorce, divorce, and more divorce. Not death, death, and more death. The very God that spoke the universe into existence is speaking life upon His people, so receive it. Thank you.
Somebody receive that. You can imagine my confusion when I ask a 16-year-old to preach and he comes back and says, Pastor, I want to use Ezekiel. And I was like, I haven't even read Ezekiel. But thank God for what He's doing in young people.